Welcome, church. Thanks for coming to another episode of our What Now podcast. This is a special Hot Ones edition of What Now. We did this a while back. Some of you may remember, and I guess it's been long enough that we don't remember it well enough, so we're willing to do it again, right? So we've got 10 questions that we're going to answer today. Some of them have come from you, and some of them have come from us and all around the building. So we'll just get started. We're going to start with our first sauce today, and let's see. Do we need to name them here? Should we tell everybody? Why don't you do that, Joel?
All right. The first hot sauce is the classic hot sauce, chili maple.
Chili maple. All right.
So we eat it?
Let's eat it, and then we'll ask the question.
Yes, you do have to eat it.
Yeah. Yeah. Dip it around in there a little bit.
Oh, that's nice.
That's good.
Yeah.
See, you're going to be all right.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna be all right. All right.
That's good.
So, the first hot sauce was pretty easy. Let's start with a fairly easy question. What was your first car?
First car that never actually drove was an 81 Ford Courier. It was hand painted with a brush, Dodger blue, and I think 50% of the car was Bondo.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a good time.
My first car was a 1980 Datsun 210 that I got in high school for $450, and it only had 45,000 miles on it.
What?
Yeah. So I drove that until I worked with the African Children's Choir, and then I sold it for I bought it for $450, and I sold it for I think $3,000.
Wow.
So they say that cars are a depreciating asset, but not in my case.
How
Not
many
a
miles did it have
Datsun.
on it when you sold it?
Probably 60.
Wow, so it was still pretty low.
Still not very many.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
For me, I think it was a 1990 Oldsmobile Bravada.
Oh, wow.
It had this just terrible red interior. It smelled like coffee. I had it as a hand-me-down of a hand-me-down.
Yeah.
So it had a whole bunch of issues. And I had it, I think, for 2 or 3 years until I got rear-ended on Coburg.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bummer. My first car was a Pontiac Grand Prix. I'm trying to remember the year. I can't remember what year it was. But we had some good family friends who sold it to me at a really good price after I got my license. So I drove that bad boy around for a while and took it into college. That was a good car for me.
Don't remember the year. It was a Toyota Corona.
Did you say Corona?
I did say Corona, but it was a Corolla. Yeah.
No, you had it right.
No,
It was a Corona.
Corona. I was drinking back in those days. This hot sauce is already impacting me. Oh, my God. The thing about that I remember is I bought it with my own money, so it was a big deal. I think it was $500. And the one memory I have about it, it was 4-door, but one night my friends came over and they had a bunch of duct tape and they taped all around the car, and so it was quite the process to get in and then tore paint off. And,
Yeah.
it wasn't a great car anyways, but yeah. All right.
What about you, Aaron?
First of all, I'm going to say I already got hot sauce in my eyes. Right eye. Yeah, I just rubbed my eye. I don't know what I was thinking.
So sabotaging.
It doesn't feel good.
I put my hands in my pockets.
Seriously. 1997 Acura Integra. I love zipping around in that thing. It was fun.
Well, we know who the spoiled one is at the table. Aaron had the nicest car.
For sure. Man, all right. Well, that wasn't too bad. We can handle it.
Number
So Joel,
two?
what's hot sauce number 2?
All right. Sauce number 2 is La Pimenteri Curry Verde. Thai green curry hot sauce.
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Sounds good.
I'm not even a big fan of curry. It's pretty good.
Not bad.
I love curry. Me too.
All right.
All right.
Here's a fun one. So, who wants to chime in on what is a church staff meeting actually like?
Well, usually at the start, Barry says, all right, we're going to be out of here early today. And then I know we aren't going to be out early.
Guaranteeing we'll go long. Yep.
And I usually am listening for about half. Then I get asked a question, and I realize I wasn't listening.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Honestly, they're not too bad. I mean, we always start out with like prayer and stuff like that, so that's always really nice. And then we get some snacks, which are really good. And then
Yeah. Shout out to Gail.
yeah,
Seriously.
Gail,
Thank you, Gail.
MVP.
Gail was
Faithful in
amazing.
our treats on
Yeah.
Tuesdays.
I love it when we're joking about something and then it dies, and then someone finally chimes in with their own joke about something that already passed.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the best.
That is fun. I agree.
I think you're talking about me, aren't you?
Now let's name names on this one. There is a lot of joking. If I was honestly answering this question, what is a church staff meeting actually like? We have a ton of laughter. A church staff meeting is pretty fun. Occasionally, things will get heated. I've even been on the side of that. But
I'll never forget the time you got so heated about something. and I'm
Christmas.
like, it was about Christmas. And I'm like, wow, Adam,
I
I've
said,
never
we've
seen
done Christmas enough.
I've never seen this guy this fired up.
Oh man.
And he's losing his mind.
Yeah.
No, it was, but one of the greatest compliments I think I have been given is there was a group meeting next door, and they said, we couldn't believe all the laughter coming from
Yeah,
staff.
yeah.
We didn't get anything done, but boy, we had a good time.
Yep,
But I think there's something of value to that.
All right. Well, we ready for number 3? Should
Yeah,
we move
let's
on?
make it happen.
Tell us what we're eating, Joel. This is the one I've been looking
Number
for.
3 is zesty lemon pepper hot sauce
Yeah.
Yeah.
So lemon pepper.
by the Krabby Shack.
The crab.
Krabby Shack.
Oh, that's good.
Oh man, yeah. Tart. I like that.
So the first three, you could see actually using.
So
yeah,
far,
yeah.
I would
Right.
eat all those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think
Especially
there
that
comes a
third one.
point where it's like, there's no value in this
They
one.
no longer taste good.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. That one's good. That one's got a little bit of
Yeah.
zing to it. Even I like that though. That's nice.
Okay.
All right. So let's ask a third question. This is a fun one, I think. What is either a movie, a music album, video game, or a TV show that's had the biggest impact on you?
Yeah.
This could span different generations for all of us. The things that.
You know, I didn't think I had an answer, but as you were reading it, the first thing that then came to my mind is I grew up watching football with my dad.
Oh yeah.
In fact, part of the reason why I'm a Husky fan to this day is some of my best memories in our family, and it was very difficult as I got to 10, but our young years, Dad would always take me to Husky football games. And so watching to this day, some sports with my kids, the boys in particular, is still something that bonds us together.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
For me, I mean, the Star Wars movies. I think
Nice.
I was thinking about different TV shows and stuff like that, but Star Wars has always been like the thing, right? I remember going to see Revenge of the Sith like opening night, and like that's still one of my favorite movie going.
Did you have to wait in a line?
Oh yeah,
Like hours?
yeah. We used to go and wait like all the time, and you don't have to do it anymore. Kids today are so spoiled with that, but we would go and wait like hours ahead of time, and like speculating, oh, this is gonna happen, this is what's gonna happen. But I grew up in the prequel era, so like the Clone
Yeah,
Wars TV
right.
show and like the
Right.
Lego video games, like it was all Star Wars all the time.
So you know what I've been told? Maybe I told you this, I don't know. That hot sauce just got me a little. But anyways, I'm getting choked up. I was told, because I most of the time don't understand Star Wars.
Oh, I mean,
And
sure.
I was told, if you ever have a Star Wars question, go to Brian.
Yeah.
He knows
Who
the
told you
answer.
that?
Might have been Taylor. our
Oh,
son
okay,
Taylor.
that makes sense.
He said, "You go to Brian. He'll get you squared away." Because
Well,
I'm always
yeah, I mean-
like, anyways, I'm confused most of the time, which
Yeah.
isn't surprising.
But that was a big like connection point for
Yes.
me and my brother, and then like my sister to an extent too.
Yeah.
That's still like a massive thing. We still hang out Tuesday nights to watch the new Star Wars shows that come out.
Okay.
It's still like
Yeah.
a big part of our relationship.
Love it.
Man, so as you guys start talking, there's been a couple of things. So I know we were just supposed to pick one, but watching sports with my dad affected me too, and I'm always wanting my boys to watch sports with me more than they want to.
Yes, yeah.
But yeah, that definitely affected me. And then also I started watching Survivor back when it first came out with Princess and Titus, and that actually what became such a tradition that, again, that was our weekly get together, and it really formed a bond. It's funny how I'm just realizing that these things that we're talking about not only necessarily shape us, but then relationships even, because we shared it with someone else, you know. Right. Yeah. Who else? Somebody go on that.
I was going to say Star Wars at first too, because I went and saw the original trilogy when they did the special edition.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I went and saw those in theaters.
Excuse me.
That was fun. But anyways, that's
Well,
mine.
I mean, Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
That's got to be the best one, right?
Yeah. Except when I was a kid, I was mad at the way it ended, because they're just standing on a ship and Luke got his hand cut off.
Yep.
Oh man,
And I was like, what, we're just gonna end. We're gonna end like that.
I
So,
love that
but
opening.
last thing I'll say about it, in my office, if you ever get the chance, I have a film cell of that scene.
Really?
In the office, yeah.
I want to see that.
I thought you were
Total
gonna say,
nerd.
I've got the hand.
Awesome.
I've got the hand.
That'd be worth like
That would be amazing.
thousands and thousands.
Yeah,
of
yeah, I know. I know.
Wow. All right, cool. And Star Wars really made a appearance there. That definitely.
Yeah.
Even for those of us who didn't name it, we probably have all kind of seen or at least been pretty aware of Star Wars. That's been.
I think I might be on the opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Though. So I remember watching Saturday Night Live with my dad.
Oh,
we
yeah,
watched
yeah,
that.
yeah.
We'd watch like the old classic. We'd listen to old classic albums like Steve Martin stuff. We'd listen to records of that.
That's good stuff.
And
yeah.
he had it like all memorized. And then the Naked Gun films and
yeah.
Airplane,
Yeah.
those old classics.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, man, that speaks to my heart. I
Yeah.
love that. Those are good movies.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
man.
agree. Those are fun.
I love them.
I
Also
think
watched those with my dad.
You heard me say this. I know I was telling Adam, but I made Grace and Kirsten, our niece who's staying with us part time.
yeah.
I made them watch the Chris Farley down or in a van down by the river.
That's such a
Foley,
big.
baby.
Never seen that, and I just I was crying. They're looking at me like, "You are so stupid."
SNL's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a
I love
good one.
it. Yeah,
That's a
that
good
was
one.
great, man.
All right,
All right. Well, let's do number 4.
what do we got?
Tell us what we're eating, Joel.
We got
Dipping it in.
chili lengua de fuego, hot sauce with chocolate, ghost pepper, chipotle, smoked garlic, raw sugar, ginger root.
Well, it can't be hot if it's got chocolate.
Good stuff.
That's
smells good.
that's kind of like you saying it's definitely not going to snow.
Oh yeah, it's not bad.
I like the flavor of that, like a lot.
Yeah.
That's really good. There's like a sweetness to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
How high do our voices get as we go through these?
Sometimes they come on later. I'm waiting
Yeah.
for.
Yeah, that doesn't hit too much yet.
All right.
Yeah.
Number 4. So here's our 4th question. What was your experience like with your job interview here at Northwood?
Here at North.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I can go first. That was the most recent. So the very first one, it was actually in this room, and it was a whole bunch of people who had like some sort of investment in the youth group. So like John was there. We had a student there, some leaders. It was really good. Like I felt like they all like genuinely cared about the position. There's some great questions. And then a few weeks later, we had our conversation, Barry.
Yeah.
And I felt really good coming out of that. And I don't think there was any point in the interview process where I was like, "Oh, I'm not sure. I don't know if like I did a good enough job." It just all felt very natural and very easy.
Cool. Good.
That's cool.
Well, mine starts with Barry picking me up from the Eugene Airport in the infamous Dodge Neon.
You got to ride in the Dodge.
I got to
Neon.
ride in the Dodge Neon. I may have been one of the last people. I don't know.
That's
Yeah.
legendary.
Yeah, the last of the passengers of the Dodge Neon.
Wow.
Yeah. I feel like I want a framed picture with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And you didn't have second thoughts right then?
okay. So, when you called me to offer me the position, I remember feeling like just peace, right? And then I was in the back parking lot of the church I was working at, and our senior pastor there had his own parking space with his like souped up old classic Pontiac Firebird. And then the image of me driving in your Dodge Neon, and then I looked over at his car in the parking lot, and I'm like, oh, I'm in for a big change. No, but it was great. I actually really appreciated that. I was like, oh, it just like any walls of anxiety or nervousness just fell because I felt like, oh, he's just a dude. Yeah. He's just a guy. I had interviewed at so many other churches where the pastor was like so highly elevated and like untouchable. And I didn't want anything to do with that kind of environment. But then they threw me into a whole bunch of rooms with like hordes of people who just wanted to learn everything there was to know about me. Yeah. There were a lot of people that were involved in that process, which was like the most people I probably interviewed with like more people to get my job at Northwood than all the other churches I'd interviewed with combined. So that, not gonna lie, was a little bit intimidating. But the second room I was in, Richard Russell was in there, and I connected to Richard like immediately, and I was like, this place like feels really good. Like I want to be here. That's cool. So yeah, it was a great process.
That's cool.
Mine was, I've told this story, I think, a number of times, but I first found out about the job opening from an email from Mike Raz, and I thought, oh yeah, I'll go ahead and apply for that. And I was like, sounds like it'd be, I liked, Northwood had supported us in Kenya, and I loved every time we'd come and visit here. And so I was like, this is perfect timing. I'll go and interview. And I wasn't nervous because I felt like I'd been here enough and knew everyone until I went and sat down at the table with everyone. I don't remember who all was in there. But then like, I remember just getting done and then thinking, I don't remember anything I said. Hopefully I didn't screw that up.
Yeah.
But here I am. Must have been desperate.
Yeah. That's funny.
I don't know if you all remember or have heard this story or not, but so we're now talking 29 years ago or something. I mean, it's a long time ago, right? Somewhere around there. I was offered the position to come as pastor, and I was in Pendleton, and I turned it down. I turned down coming to Northwood because it was like, oh, I don't know, I like where I am, and I knew I was supposed to go to Northwood. I had a sense, but it was change, and I was anxious about it, and so I said, I don't think so, and as soon as I hung up the phone, I mean, I knew, oh, I made the wrong decision, but I didn't make a move and say anything for a day as I wrestled with it, and then I called back and said, you know what, I think I've made the wrong choice. And they had started down the road with another conversation, and it created a nightmare. It created a nightmare for the leaders here.
Yeah.
And it delayed the whole process. Eventually, they came back to me, but it was bad just because I didn't say yes the first time. I knew I was supposed to come here.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, I felt really bad in that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm surprised to hear you had an interview. I thought you were just like the founding charter member.
Yeah. Well, the church and I are the same age, but
Aaron, what was yours like?
Oh man, so mine's kind of I think it's interesting. So I wasn't.
We'll let you know.
Yeah, you just let me know.
Yeah.
Nope. No.
It turns out. Yeah.
No. Okay. So the way I found out about Northwood was interesting to me. I wasn't looking for another job. I really loved where I was. Really deep roots. Really good people. Yeah. Thinking about it, I mean, it's just a good place.
That's the hot sauce.
Yeah, I know it's the hot sauce, right? Yeah. So no, but I actually accidentally found out that my mentor was getting ready to leave. And there was an email that went out early that wasn't supposed to, basically, at the time. So it went out just a day early. And I saw the email. I was running late to go see him. And I called my wife, and I was in tears, like, just because he means so much to me. He called me to the church, was a mentor through college and stuff. And I mean, I was happy for him, but I was sad for me, you know. So I get in the car on my way there, and I call my wife and I said, "Did you know?" She's like, "I found out this morning. He wanted to tell you first in person, you know." And I just started getting like this flood of warmth thinking about Northwood. I had been, I think, a reference or something for a person or two that had applied here a while back, and I was like, why didn't I think about that? You know, my mom told me it's a great church, like all this stuff. She had connections here, and so I just started thinking about that while I'm on the phone, and then Bethany said, "Did you know that their position for associate pastor opened up?" And I was like, "What?" And I just thought, oh, that's weird, you know, within a 15-minute window. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't looking to do anything, change anything, but because of that, like, real visceral experience, I decided I'll just apply, you know, I'll just look for it. So I just started looking for it. I wasn't looking elsewhere or anything. And then I had, I don't know, was it 3-4 interviews, something like that. And I still, not because it wasn't like a great fit or whatever, but I just really loved where I was and what I was doing. And then, but the final interview, there were 3 things that came up in that final interview that I was like, no, this is too weird of a coincidence. And it sealed the deal for me that night. Like I knew last night, I was like, nope, I know what I'm doing, and it's going to be really hard. So anyhow, that was my experience.
That is cool.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
cool. Yeah, mine's fun. A lot of people know it too, but I was connected through the guy who had the job before me, John Hakes, because he was my music professor when I was at Bushnell NCC at the time, and so it was just cool to have that connection. And much like you, John, when Jesse and I got here, we just really felt a piece. We just felt like, oh yeah, this is a place that is like us. It's something we want to be a part of. So yeah. Yeah.
I'm not sure how you got through.
All right, let's see
5.
here. Number 5.
Number 5.
What are we eating, Joel?
Los Calientes Rojo hot sauce. That's Spanish for red.
Smell this one.
It's good flavor too.
Is it
Yeah.
okay? It's okay?
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Waiting
Yeah,
for
I feel
someone
like
to
the
start
last one-
crying.
The last one felt hotter to me for some reason.
It's
I
like
like
a
the
good,
flavor.
like,
That's not even.
yeah.
Yeah, that's not too hot. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
I'd put that on like a burrito.
I would too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay. Okay.
yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's a little bit of a creeper. It's coming in. It's coming in. I like it.
I don't mind that one.
Just ASMR.
Joel's on his second can of Liquid Death.
Joel, what was the first one you had? What was the flavor on that one?
Squeezed to death. Orange.
You should explain that those are actually waters.
These
because
are waters.
They look like something else.
Flavored waters.
Joel
Yes.
gets a little bit more loopy as the.
Not a tall boy.
Barry drinks Corona.
Not that I would
Yeah.
know what that is.
Joel drinks Liquid Death.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
All right, here's our 5th question, guys. Do you have any specific hopes or visions for the way you're going to be able to do ministry in the new building?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know. There's
That's
so
fun.
many.
It's fun to dream. I don't know.
for
I like
sure.
it.
For sure.
So what is it?
Oh,
Or just
man.
one part of it. One
Part of it. Yeah, I mean, I
Alright.
guess without going like too far into depth, just we're just envisioning what does Wednesday night look like? What does Sunday morning look like? You know, we're talking about this really awesome opportunity where we're moving into a new neighborhood and there's a potential of a 40% increase,
Right.
which means how do we widen our net? You know, we're bursting at the seams here
Yeah.
on Sunday morning and on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
How can we make that net bigger beyond just a bigger building? You know, how do we equip people for ministry? How do we help people who are starting in the faith and people who have been in the faith for a long time? Like, how do we help them continue to grow in their discipleship to Jesus? I'm pumped for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
On a selfish note, at least for a little bit, we're going to get to have, maybe.
2 services
Yeah,
on Sunday.
cut down to 2
Yeah,
services. I'm excited for that. I'll bet it lasts about 3 months, and then we got to add another one.
You know, one of the things that I'm looking forward to, and it's so simple, but it's just a spacious entryway.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I love it when our people visit, and they, no matter how much we try to maneuver them, they visit between the front door and the entrance into the sanctuary, and you run like an obstacle to get through, and not to. Of course, we never really say, "Hey, you got to go," but the reality is, after first and second, you got to go,
Right,
Because
right.
we need the parking
Yeah, the
and
turnaround, yeah.
and for our people to be able to visit and stay and have plenty of parking.
Yep.
I just think more ministry happens sometimes in those gatherings and in those settings than almost any other. And for that to be able to continue and thrive is a big deal for me.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm looking forward to just expanding our media, technology, music, worship department, and doing more, having space to do things like this, so we don't have to guess what room we can do it in
Yeah.
that day, and always be ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
More online content, improved church online, all of that's connecting with people online better, and all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
Good.
I mean, for me, it's similar to what Aaron was saying. You know, we just based on our location, we're going to be growing. And pairing that with some of the other stuff that I'm doing, like trying to get into schools, like there's going to be growth in that way too. And so I've been giving a lot of thought to kind of like the structure of the youth ministry and the people that we have, which shout out if you want to come volunteer. We need your help, so come help.
Yeah.
Just a little, plug for myself there.
You got to do it, man.
But it's one of those things where I want to make sure that we are as solid as possible, so that when we move over,
Yes.
there's not going to be a lot of stumbling. There'll be naturally some of that, just moving from one space to another. But I want to minimize that as much as possible.
Yes.
And part of that is just like making sure that we know what we're about, like having that vision and mission ready to go.
Yeah.
Maybe doing a little bit of like rebranding to match that. And then like on the physical side too, like I'm excited just for the youth space, like having our own space that,
Cool space.
not that this
is.
space is bad, but it's just, man, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. It's just going to be phenomenal.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah. It's gonna be awesome.
When you go up those stairs and you look out those windows out
Oh,
there
yeah.
and see the mountains, it's unreal.
Yeah.
It just feels good.
Yeah, it's like having you feel like in this room you're kind of like closed in, like everybody else is on like that side of the church on a Wednesday night, but when you go up into that room you just can see all the different like apartment buildings and all the houses and stuff, and like you feel like you're a part of the community in that room.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm just really pumped about it.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
Yep.
All right. Well, should we move on?
Let's do it. What is this, 6?
Number
six.
6. Tell us about number 6, Joel.
Number 6 is the Spicy Shark
Oh,
Mako Snake 6-fin series.
This smelled like a jerk when I was
Oh, yep.
I put a lot of this
I
on.
get that.
on this
That one's got a kick to it for sure.
Ooh.
I think we're breaking a threshold here.
Yeah, I put a lot on that one too, more than I mentioned.
guacamole. We just went up a notch.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
My nose, I can feel it in my nose. That's how I know.
Has anybody not had anything to drink yet?
Nothing, dude.
Just a little bit.
I mean, I'm just
My cup is
But I'm
empty.
going now.
Me too, John.
That's
I'm
great,
going-
man.
I've been drinking
Going
water
all
but
the
that's
way,
just I'm thirsty.
nothing.
Oh, that hit.
Just time.
There we go.
That's it.
This one's making me want something, but I haven't up until now.
Got to resist the urge.
All right, well,
Well,
let's
the
see.
back of my head is sweating, so I know something is
Enjoy
happening.
that one.
The front one. I actually like jerk. This is just hot. It's
That is
getting
hot.
hotter.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that one's a little.
Yeah, it's a slow burn. It's
It's
Yeah.
a slow burn, but it's a burn.
Was there a
yeah.
question with this one?
There's gonna be a, when I can compose myself, I'll ask
Yeah,
another
it's
question here.
I'm getting sweaty.
I am definitely about
I'm gonna
that.
break up the chocolate milk a little bit.
I stick my tongue out.
Okay, so 6 is where it picks up, guys. Okay,
Makes
I'm
sense.
gonna ask number 6 in tears. Oh man, okay, we're gonna need some smart people here.
I'm going to sit this one out.
just
What
ask
is this?
Aaron.
Yeah, me too.
That one's got some bite on it.
All right, what is the significance of the name changes for certain Bible figures?
Do you have any examples?
Paul and Saul.
You mean Saul to Paul?
Yeah.
Saul to Paul.
Yeah, I got backwards there, didn't
Oh,
I?
you got the truck mug on too.
I told you we need smart people for this.
Leave me alone.
I've heard one thing that I like, and is that Jesus was seeing where someone would go, and their name would project who they would become. So you think of, Peter, rock. He's going to become the foundation upon which to build the church. He's an up and down. He's kind of a mess. And his name being changed to project how he's moving forward.
Yeah.
Is
Well done. That's actually a very good.
that's just one thought.
We got the ice cream now. He's on to the Haagen-Dazs.
Number
Haagen-Dazs
6 is pretty hot.
sponsor this
It
video.
is. I got it on my lips, man.
I
It's
really
still going
did put
hard,
too
yeah.
much on that one. I had a lot.
But it doesn't. It happens all throughout the Bible.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So, another. Do you have another example off the top of your head? I'm not trying to put you on the spot. sorry.
Yeah. Well.
Just vanilla.
I could take one.
Take one.
So just Paul and Saul. It's interesting. So this might be a different take, a hot take, if you will.
Yes, it is.
I had a professor who said, actually, Paul and Saul, there might be a difference. Maybe there's like a meaning behind it. But most people actually had like a Greek name and then their Hebrew name. And so you would use one in commerce and you would use one at home. And so there may not be, I mean, I think there's certainly a transition that happens in Scripture that we're supposed to see. So there's something to that
Yes.
that has value. But also, a lot of people did have different names based off of the language and where they were.
So
what
like
they were
his
doing.
full name was Saul Paul.
Saul Paul. Yeah.
Saul
Yeah,
Paul.
for sure. Definitely. No. I don't
What about like Abram to Abraham?
Yeah.
Yeah,
because-
that's significant.
Yeah, because that.
Or
that,
Sarai to
Yeah.
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 Sarah. Yeah, Sarah is prince, and then you put the the feminine ending on it, and it becomes princess.
Yeah.
Sarah.
yeah.
That's
I was
fun.
just about to say that.
Yeah.
I was, but my mouth is on fire.
So
Go ahead,
so
John.
some people associate that like Abram to Abraham with the blessing,
Yeah.
right? I don't know all the details of that, but
Yeah.
do you have any input on that?
No, not off the top of my head.
Yeah,
Sorry,
okay.
I wish I
Yeah.
did. That'd be really cool.
Sorry, yeah. I know.
But no,
But I have it from memory, and again, I could be way off. But I thought Abraham is connected to this father of many nations. But I'm now just acting like I know what I'm talking about.
okay, so this is kind of a cool one. This isn't a name change, but the importance of names is all over the Scripture. Like
Yes.
if you read the book of Ruth, everybody's name in that book is their function.
Yeah.
Right? And that's very intentional. And then you have, so even, I've loved this one, but Orpah, not Oprah, but Orpah, who is Ruth's sister, I believe. Her function in the story, do you remember what she does when Ruth follows Naomi? I don't. She turns away and goes back to Moab, right? Her name is the back of her neck because that's what you see her doing in the story. That's literally what her name is in that story. So names have real intense meaning. And even in like Orthodox churches today, when you get baptized or chrismated, they give you like a spiritual name as well, like in that tradition that people carry with them. It's kind of cool. Yeah. New life.
Can I go off to script?
Yeah.
Did any of you have a name for a reason? In other words, it was very clear whether it was a biblical concept or were you named after something specific?
So my middle name is Peter.
Okay.
But that was for my uncle Peter.
Okay.
So my brother's middle name is Matthew, and my dad's name, his first name is Matthew,
Oh, uh-huh.
and then my dad's brother's first name is Peter. So my middle name is Peter.
Okay.
And he died before I was born, so I never knew him, but I carry that name.
Yeah.
I was named after someone's kid that my dad worked with at Safeway.
Nice.
Rad.
That's a
Go on.
yeah. That's meaningful.
Sounds like there's a story there that you don't even know of yet.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably.
His story's still unfolding.
Yeah.
So my story is my dad had a really good friend they called him BG. And so my dad wanted me to be BG, and my mom was like, he can't just have initials for a name. So she insisted that my name be Barry Jean. Okay, BG. All to this day, all of my immediate, close family call me BG to this day, and I was known as BG until I went to college at Northwest Christian College at the time, and the girls' dormitory was called BG. And I'm like, that's it, Barry.
I'm Barry.
Hey, I'm Barry.
I feel like you've had multiple things like that.
I'm weird.
I remember the PE story where you had your first initial and last name on the back of your PE
Lind.
shirt.
Yes.
B. Lind, which
Yeah.
spells blind. That's
Yeah.
one of my favorites.
You guys had never heard that before?
That's a great one.
You had to write your first initial and last name. I just put B. Lind on the back. I didn't even realize it. And everybody's going, middle school. They're brutal.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, blind. Hey, blind. I'm like, oh, crap.
And you're looking around like, oh, what loser's name is blind, right?
John Wade, what a good memory.
Oh, that's funny.
Crap.
That's funny.
All right.
All right. Well, let's see.
Number
if-
7.
Let's see.
I'm
if one-
scared.
Yeah.
What's number 7? We got
Oh, 6 was
Adobo Loco
that
Jalapeno
can't be
Chico.
We're getting close.
Hint of lime and smoked jalapeno garlic hot sauce.
This one smelled good.
Yeah. It's just deceiving.
That's not my favorite.
That's 7.
I like it.
You?
I do too, John.
Mine was all soaked in.
jalapeno stuff. I like the flavor of jalapeno.
I like the lime. That little bit of citrus in there. That's good.
Yeah. Does it? I don't think it feels as hot as 6 did it?
Not yet.
Wait for
I
it.
feel
Let's
like
do a
this
little
one will
bit.
come, yeah.
Well, I'm not waiting.
Don't be hasty.
This is compound interest.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know, right?
I'm not waiting.
I'm gonna ask a question while I'm
That
not
one,
crying.
actually, that one was not that bad.
All right, we got another pretty serious one, but it's a good one. I like this question. How does Northwood remain consistent in such a polarized culture? That it's
Dead
Number 8.
silence.
it's tough. we all probably do it in our own ways, in some way, in our own ministry. But I actually heard somebody say something that I liked when we were looking over these questions earlier, that the way that we can remain consistent when nothing else seems to be is that the gospel is still consistent. It doesn't change, and if that's the center of what we are and stay built around, then we can remain consistent even though things are moving around us.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. Shout out to Titus. That was
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Could it be also as simple as just staying true to our purpose statement?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Love God, love people, make disciples.
Yep.
Yeah.
The world wants to separate us, but we can choose to love God and love people and make disciples.
Yep. Definitely.
I think love is the one unifying thing.
I agree. But even more so than that's, I like that. So here's what I would say. More so than what I feel like I do personally to keep it consistent, I would say the thing I feel from Northwood is love. I feel, always have from day one, from the interview, like we were saying, acceptance, love, a place where I can be real and I can mess up even, and it's not the end of the world for me. That, to me, it's a lot easier to remain consistent when you feel loved.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
accepted.
I think people want other people to like be on their side on whatever side they're on, of
Yes.
whatever they're talking about, right? Because nobody wants to stand alone. So I understand like why some churches can really fall into that and then get really hyper focused on on specific topics or choosing sides. And I think something that I've just found to be really life-giving here and just in like it goes back to like our church history of like the restoration movement even is trying to keep the main thing and Jesus, right? Or the Trinity, Father, Son, Spirit, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
And we can agree upon that, right? I loved, like, we had our One Hope meeting here today, bringing churches who, if we got into the specifics, right, we could easily be polarized or
Right.
or on different sides of whatever it is, whatever topic you want to talk about. But we came together we're united in Christ.
Yeah, I love that too.
And focusing on that and how we live that out. That keeps us consistent.
Yep.
So I'll say this too. I tease you a lot, and I'll probably do it again before we're done here. But you said something that made me think this. You're right that we really do keep the main thing, and I feel like as our leader, you do a good job of not getting bogged down in the weeds. You are careful about that, intentional, I think, about that, and you keep us focused on these things that we just mentioned, like keeping Jesus at the center and loving people and just following our mission. So I actually do think that having a good, solid, consistent leader makes a big difference, and
Thank you.
do a big job. So, like I said, we'll change pace before we're all done. But
Yeah.
I genuinely appreciate that about you,
Thank
man.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. All right. Well, shall we tackle another one?
Yeah, number 8.
This is the one
Is
that's
it?
the worst.
This
Yeah.
one is
This is Da Bomb.
Beyond insanity.
This is the one I'm not looking forward to.
Oh,
I didn't make it past this one last time.
This is gonna be like 6, but worse, I think.
Is that all you have on yours, Barry?
Look at that. I got it all.
Somehow I chose the smallest piece of chicken for this one.
Good choice.
I did that on purpose. So bad.
Oh,
Holy guacamole.
No, that's terrible.
that's not good.
Really?
Yep.
I'm going in for a second bite.
That'll get you right there.
No, I had more on it in the first bite.
Oh goodness.
All right.
That's hot.
There's more there. I don't like the bomb.
And it's not good. It doesn't.
No, it does not
tastes-
taste good.
Bad.
Tastes bad.
Oh.
That's just like a.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, ha!
I don't even know. My tongue.
I got the hiccups.
It's in my ears again.
Wait it out.
This is what got him
You're
last.
supposed
got
to
me last
eat it,
time.
not put it in your
Get it
ears.
Yeah.
It takes a minute.
Hey,
You go water?
no, I'm just.
gonna drool in this cup.
Oh,
That's not okay.
my tonsils.
That's not okay.
My tonsils.
You're eating ice cream.
Oh no, I got some on my lip.
I did too. Dang it. That
My
one
vision
so
is blurry. I can't even see. I'm crying.
Oh, 8 is so bad.
I don't
What?
think ice is helping. Oh, it hurts like
Oh goodness.
Dang it.
Joel did this on purpose.
Yeah,
He
we knew
used-
this would be the
I'm
one.
gonna go walk around for a second.
I'm emotional.
Oh goodness.
Ow, it actually hurts.
Brian just quit.
We
Brian's
lost
off
Brian. He's like,
Oh,
oh, I'm good, guys. I'm going in for seconds.
Okay, here comes the number. What are we eating for number 9? Joel, here,
Oh gosh.
can you speak?
Alchemy Peppers hop sauce. Hopped up hot sauce. Watermelon ghost
Oh,
hops.
I just want to eat a whole ice cold watermelon right now. That sounds
I just
so good.
did it.
Barry did it.
You did it? You went first?
I
Oh,
just want to be
Barry's the
done.
man.
I just want to be done.
If Barry's gonna do it, I'm gonna do it.
Oh,
Way to go.
I'm back in.
Look who's back.
weird.
Look who's back.
That was an experiment.
That's different.
Coming.
I think it's.
Oh.
I think I'm still affecting the effects of 8.
Yeah.
I mean, that's hot. But
Do you think 8 is number 8? So like, it's like a grace, like you can recover a little bit with the next 2. Why is it 8, not 10?
yeah.
8 is
Yeah,
just
so bad.
wrecks you.
Yeah.
All right.
Number
What is the funniest or weirdest or strangest thing that has happened to you in your career here at Northwood?
Right now. Right now.
Oh,
Why are we
dumbest.
doing this?
yeah.
Why are we doing this for our tens of viewers?
Yeah.
This is probably isn't well, not the funniest, but the church I was at in California. I think it was my friends. No, the youth ministry hosted a Valentine banquet. I think that's what it was, or something. There was some big event where everybody was like dressed up super fancy, and I just remember feeling really sick. Like just starting to feel like really nauseous and breaking out into like a cold sweat like halfway.
Like I am
through.
feeling right
Kinda
now.
like you are right now.
I can relate.
And I remember telling our youth elder like, I got to step out. Like I'm not doing well. And I remember trying to get to that bathroom in the big hall that we had, and I ran in there as fast as I could. And there was somebody in there coming out of the toilet stall. And I remember, I think it was a student, and I just kind of like shoved them out of the way to try to get to the toilet as quickly as possible. And I projectile vomited all over the wall.
Whoa.
All over the wall and the floor. I never got any in the toilet whatsoever. All over the side of the toilet, but nothing in the toilet.
It's amazing what the body can do.
What's that?
It's amazing what the body can do.
Oh, I know. There was such force. The force was within me,
It's real.
And then it was without you.
and then it was without. I think that was traumatic. I think it wasn't funny or weird. It was just a traumatic experience.
It was like still living in your body.
Oh man.
I was just wondering if you guys could lay hands on me and pray.
Yeah, but we got hot sauce all over our hands. So.
I had to take a minute.
Just
There.
extend your.
Let's go on to
I-
10.
Let's
I
do
was-
it.
I
Let's
was.
just wind this.
Let's
bad
let's
boy up.
wind it up. Let's
we
hit
got?
number 10 and be done.
This is the last dab.
the
Oh
last
yeah,
day.
what is that? What it's
Oh,
called?
it's got. You need to put extra?
Extra.
You can, if you want.
I don't have very much. I'll
All
take
I
extra.
know
What
is
it?
that Brian said on 8, I'm going in for more, and the next thing I know, he's walking around.
That was a mistake.
did.
That was a mistake. It had not hit me yet.
Oh, this one's hot.
It hit me, and then so when I was walking around, I coughed up a
It's
little
still
bit,
not
and I
in.
did it again.
It's hot, but it's
Oh,
hot.
the last dab, yeah. Apollo. Made with
How'd
the
it get-
Apollo pepper.
I had to get-
Did
I had
they
to get
find that
all
on the
8 off
Apollo
my
mission?
fork. Probably. I
Now,
didn't
this
want
pepper
any
comes
more.
from space.
Oh man. All right.
Oh,
Hey,
It's bad, but it's not the worst. It's the worst.
yeah.
It needs to be at the end.
I just want to know. Holy guacamole.
wants more?
Uh,
Ready?
that I did all 10.
You did.
Yes,
Good
you
job.
made it this time.
Aaron,
Everyone did it.
Aaron.
Aaron did it.
You know, maybe these last two weren't as bad because 8 just literally killed our taste buds.
We wondered that last time too. I think.
Still like shaking. Like
What's the heat measurement? Is it BTU? Is that what it is? BTU?
Scoville?
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 Yeah.
Okay, so how does that work with 8 versus the other ones? Because I want to know, is it like an oil that makes it linger longer? Because
think
that's, I think, what makes
probably.
8 so awful.
8 must be like a concentrate or something. I don't know.
It just stays, and it goes everywhere. Like, I don't feel it in my ears here.
So
the
the
other
Apo-
ones, it's like everything's cleared out.
This says the Apollo, according to the Guinness World Record, it's the hottest pepper.
What number is that?
Yeah, but the bomb is the hottest sauce.
That's right.
All right, let's finish strong. All right. We'll just start down at the end and work our way. All right.
Sounds good.
Here's the last question. If you had to fire one person at this table from the staff, who are you letting go?
If you had to fire.
So
Out of us.
You have to fire somebody at
real
the,
quick.
one of us at this table right now.
Or at least you're starting 5.
I gotta fire one
All right,
person.
we gotta let one person go. Who are you choosing, John?
Well, I know Brian's still in his probationary period, but I just hired him, so I don't want to fire him.
thanks. Appreciate that.
All right, I'm gonna go with the person who I think probably just gives me like the most overall competition. So, Aaron, you're gone.
Oh,
I'm firing Aaron.
That's one for Aaron. All right. Well, Joel, what are you thinking?
Probably Aaron, because
Yeah.
99% of the time he's just making stuff up,
Right.
making up words, and
Calls it Greek.
I know.
yeah,
I know.
I think
I've
that's
noticed
disrespectful.
that. I think it's disrespectful too. That's good. All right. Well, sorry, Aaron. That's 2 for Aaron.
It's too grand.
Brian, who would you choose?
Definitely gonna keep John. He's been walking me through stuff. Barry, you're still in it.
Sweet.
Adam, really like your worship. It's one of the
Thanks, man.
things that I was really excited about when I was interviewing.
Appreciate that.
Joel's got a hard job, and I don't think a lot of people could do it. So I guess that leaves Aaron.
It does.
Sorry, you're out.
Aaron.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we got 3 for Aaron. Let's see. Let me think about it here. Well, I will also give Brian a pass as the new guy. You're right. It's probation.
Just getting to know him.
We can't fire Brian. That doesn't seem right. I gotta have Joel. He definitely makes things happen for me on a Sunday. John, you even join the praise team occasionally, so
I'm indispensable now.
can't let you go either.
It's triple threat.
Down to these 2 here. I think most people would probably expect me to just go ahead and let Barry go, but yeah, the frustration with not understanding half of your language. I think I'm going to let Aaron go as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about you,
man.
Barry?
How hard is it to stand up and go?
Right. Wave a card around.
Wave a card like
That's
you
a
just
great
don't
point.
care.
That's a great
Really?
point. Yeah.
You work
He even
for about,
stole
one
that
line.
line from a hip hop group.
We
Works
got
for a-
one line.
Yeah. Come on.
about 15 minutes of work a week.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're letting Aaron go too?
I think so. He could probably beat us all in arm wrestling anyway.
Wow. Yeah.
Could I?
Yes. I think if you looked at his arms, I think he could take all 5 of us at one time.
Probably.
So that leaves it to me, right?
Yes. Who are you letting go?
I'm starting to feel superfluous, Joel. I would let
Greek
myself
again.
go.
What?
Oh.
Greek. Scottish. Yeah, I'll go.
Oh, go. That's it.
Fire yourself.
You fire yourself?
Yeah, I said it was superfluous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Right?
None of us know what that means. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, man, so that was actually a clean sweep for Aaron. Hey, that's
Congratulations.
we're
You're
all on the
fired.
same page here. I like it. I like it.
That's fine.
Oh man.
He's probably also most qualified out of all of us to
Yeah.
start his own church. So
We are clearly all intimidated by Aaron. He's got more skills than all of us. So he's got to go.
I'm the sweatiest right now, I think. For sure.
All right. Well, guys, thanks for doing this. This was crazy. It was fun. I hope you guys all enjoyed this. And yeah, well, fun times watching for you, hopefully. And we will see you soon on the next episode of What Now?